Hey there, today I wanted to talk about receiving, allowing in, receiving, because in that space, when we talk about our emotions, which I have the wheel right there, so when we talk about our emotions of happiness, joyful, hopeful, optimism, these are all really juicy words and emotions, more importantly, that are the door that opens up for us to receive. It is the place in which the beginning of inspiration can be found, right? And when we're playing in these happy, optimistic places, what I found is that people have a line of how much they're allowed of that to bring into their daily lives. And when we understand that in this space of being happy and optimistic and joyful and hopeful, you know, that's when we can have these exceptional aha moments for ourselves that lead to something more spectacular in your life, right? But if you know how much fun you allow into your life on a daily basis, is going to tell you how much you're open to receiving. So think about this for yourself. I discovered a long while ago that I had a happiness plateau that I would go to, and then I would tell myself that that was enough. I would literally just turn down the dial. I couldn't go and have more laughs, have more fun. And you don't have to know where you got it. But I found mine out pretty quickly. Mine was when I was younger. There was just this saying in our family, okay, we've had enough fun, now we got to get to work. And listen, it was simple. It wasn't anything drastic or dramatic. It was just that my parents were done. They had to go home and get some stuff done. But it hit in my mind, right? It processed in my mind like, oh, you can only have so much fun, and then you have to go do things you don't like to do. Oh, okay. And really, it became the premise of my life. Like, hard work pays off, and even work I don't want to do pays off if I just grind through it. Instead of as an older adult, I started to play with the idea of what if I was open just to receiving, and I know that when I'm in the receiving mode, I have to be in that optimistic, almost neutral, but up to optimistic, hopeful, um, passion, that type of zone to allow and receive these aha inspiration moments. So when I started to let go of these lines that I created of how much happiness I was allowed to bring into my life on a daily basis, things began to shift. So that's just the question of the day for you. How much happiness are you allowed to have in a day? And happiness, as in it lights you up, like you feel it, you're smiling like I'm smiling, and you can feel it within your core. You have the right to change that, and in fact I invite everyone to change it to a much higher level, because when we are feeling better, no matter what's going on the outside world, your inside world really is what dictates what's going to happen for you yourself. So today, elevate yourself into a great feeling place and milk it for everything it's worth. Blessings.